Hello, I'm HQ of HQ Reacts. If you find yourself here and you're not subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. If you find me on other social media platforms, please follow me, like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So, you can catch me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Well, yes, hello. I'm HQ. And this is a clip that someone sent me regarding the K. Michelle interview with Cam Newton, and specifically a part in which she's calling black men to the carpet, specifically Cam, but he's just a symptom of our community. And so I thought it was very good what she did. Why she said black women are waiting for men to step up. On Cam Newton's Funky podcast, she laid it out. Black women are frustrated with the ongoing pattern of broken homes and have been waiting for black men, black women have been waiting for black men to truly show up in relationships, not just financially or publicly, but emotionally, relationally, right? She made it personal for Cam, saying his choices, apparently he's expecting another child, right? But he hasn't married a woman. He's expecting his ninth child, among other things. And if he were to marry his woman, it could set a powerful example in our community. But he is a baby daddy for 9 kids and no wife, right? So she challenged him. When are black men going to create real 2-parent homes and start perpetuating those broken home cycles? You're making broken homes. Aren't you tired of making broken homes, Cam Newton? She spoke from her perspective, right? And her family history, where she had never even known ever of a single man who did not marry his woman. She spoke of her grandfather. She pointed to the steadiness and the marriages that she witnessed as she was growing up. She sees Cam as having the platform and influence to change that narrative and inspire other black men. I mean, in short, K. Michelle's message wasn't just about Cam. It was a call to action aimed at black men broadly, right? She voiced a sentiment held by many black women, by many of us. We are ready and waiting for the black men to step up with commitment, stability, and leadership. Okay. So we will get into the video right now.
In Nashville, where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville, because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family, you know? Mm-hmm. And My grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, I got to my black men to really step up for black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes, they're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening, because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama sad at night. At what point is the successful black man in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day. I get to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family, you gonna write this song and leave at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife? At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it.
We ain't never gonna have no black family unless y'all gonna do it. Black women are waiting for you to step up. According to her, resonates very, very deeply with many black women in the community. It touches us socially, emotionally, generationally. These are realities that go far beyond personal conversations with Cam Newton, right? There's plenty of things that need to be addressed. And it's fine. Let her continue before I finish my assessment.
We're never gonna have it. It's just not gonna happen. So if your mentality is, yes, things happen, and I'm not knocking you for that. I didn't come here for that. But at what point do you take that black woman? Do you be in a home and show your kids what it's like, you know? At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things. And I know life happens. You can't be with somebody you don't want to be with or whatever. But my grandparents did it. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never seen another type of man. That's why I've turned down 3 rings, because they wasn't like my grandpa. My grandfather raised 9 kids on his own because my grandmama died before I could even meet her. What point are our black men going to stop the bullshit, the social media shit and all of that, and build black homes? If we don't build black homes, we can't depend on white folk to build black homes. So when you see somebody like your significant other who clearly loves you and it's all these black women rooting for her, rooting for you. They want you to build a black home. That's their anger. They don't know you. They can't judge you for anything else. They want you being who you are, being attractive, being successful. They want you to take hold and solidify and build a black home. That's not saying you're not taking care of the kids you have, because clearly you are, and you love your kids. Taking care of your kids and building a home is two different things. At what point are we going to stop these back and forths? Oh, this type of woman don't say nothing to me about that. Well, guess what? You're just weak. Like, you want a strong woman around you. And I'm sorry, like, black women have just, that we get copied from hair to body to everything. Black women are the most unloved individuals in America, but the ones who have built.
The most mimicked.
Most mimicked. Good or bad mimic, you know?
Wow. Wow. And so my response is to this. She says, when are black men going to start making black families? So I'm taking this as a call to arms, a call to duty, a call to step up and do what needs to be done in the community. Because men always say, we do duty, we do our duty, we do it, and we just shut up and we do it. We take care of what needs to be taken care of. So my question is this. How do we get a man to do what K. Michelle is asking? And she's asking several things. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what several things could possibly be. What she's asking men to do, because what she said was, I see it all the time through men who write and do produce and all of these things in Nashville. They have clear distinctions between family and party and this, that, and the third. So why can't we get our black man to do just that? So one, she's calling for men to have the emotional presence and accountability. Black women are often praised for us having our strength, our resilience, our independence, but that praise sometimes becomes a mask for the lack of consistent emotional support and partnership. The phrase waiting for you to step up, like she said, is a plea for more than money and more than status and more than just presence. It's about being emotionally available, offering protection, engaging in healing in these relationships, and doing the inner work to build real, lasting families. She's calling for black men to show up as a whole group, a whole people, honest, present, dependable. She's asking for a desire to have strong, healthy black families. Lots of black women have grown up and witnessed only fractured households, often and only led by black women. The longing for a partnership that doesn't just create children, but builds wealth, stable houses, models of commitment, breaking the cycles of abandonment or neglect. This is what she's calling men to do. Step up means embracing fatherhood, not just as a biological fact, but as a role that involves consistency, presence, mentorship, leadership, husbandship. She's also calling for the leadership and the masculinity role, redefining masculinity and leadership. These days, it's a need to redefine what strength and leadership look like for black men an old model, which is dominance, silence, strength, brute strength, or material provision only, is not enough. It's not enough. This generation of women are calling for the new kind of leadership, the new kind of husband, the new kind, which is a humble, empathetic, communicative, rooted in mutual respect and partnership. Women want these partners, not providers only, allies, not overseers only. And she's calling for us to heal these generational wounds together. She's calling for those two. Her statement reflects the truth that many women are tired of healing these wounds alone by themselves. They're tired of waiting for men to confront their trauma, waiting and tired of men to take accountability, waiting and tired of men to grow up. When she says we're waiting for you, it's not just about romance or finance. It's about doing the emotional labor together, working as a unit, as a couple, as a family, and supporting each other through generational pain. And most of you, and I know a lot of you, will take this as a critique instead of a plea for partnership, for marriageship, for husbandom. This message, shouldn't be taken as a way of shaming Black men. It's like an invitation. It's a powerful invitation to rise to the occasion, an invitation to love, to lead, to rebuild, to trust, and do life side by side with someone instead of choosing to leave. Black women have held communities down for generation after generation after generation, but we are ready to share this burden and to share the vision of a family. Okay. So I think this is what she's saying. I'm interpreting this as I just heard it. I just fully heard it a moment ago. So I am interpreting the things that she is saying. She wants men, Black men, to say, I'm not just going to get you pregnant. I'm just not going to have sex with you. I'm just not going to have multiple women. I am going to be in partnership with you. I am going to be in leadership with you. I am going to be in communal family with you. And she's saying it's time for you all to step up to that. And I hear a lot of men say, women aren't ready to be wives. That's the whole point. Some of y'all are not ready to be husbands because you don't want to be faithful. Some of you don't want to be faithful. This is what she hinted at. You don't know how to keep your body to yourself. She said it in some of the messaging that she talked about. She didn't say white, but she did say when she went to Nashville, the white men knew how once they produced an album or they done their producing at 5 o'clock, they were done. They were ready to go home and have structure in their family with their children, with their wife. Very rarely do we run into that type of man. I guess in her industry that might be the case, but we know in our community that most men admire a man who has so many women, who shows his virility by jumping from woman to woman to woman instead of settling down and finding himself a wife. So that's all she's doing is calling you all to the carpet and saying, when are you going to be ready? When are you going to be ready? That's all she's saying. And I can't be angry with that because it's a question and it's a question and it's an issue in our society. And people say, well, it's the woman's fault. No, it's man's fault. This is part of what the man's fault is too. A lot of men don't want to marry their baby mama. Just like Cam Newton, he has 9 babies. Don't want to marry none of the baby mamas. This would indicate to me there's a lack of discipline. And when you have a lack of discipline, you can't be a leader because you're subject to all kinds of elements from the outside, blackmail, female problems, money problems. You're subject to all of these things if you don't have any discipline. And that's all we're asking. Women ask, please have some discipline. And this is my coverage and this is my understanding of what she said. She didn't say anything that was wrong. And I know it's going to be a lot of men who are upset, who are ashamed, or who got shamed, who are angry that she said this. But this is the accountability piece that men need to take. Women have their own accountability, but we're not talking about women. We're talking about what Michelle said. She was talking about men, so we're talking about their piece of the accountability. And I thank you for listening to my interpretation, my analysis. Thank you.